Indeed, loving my breath, loving my breath, loving my breath is my only human right. Loving my breath is my only human responsibility. Loving my breath, loving my breath with all of my heart and soul and mind and body is my only human rights and responsibility. My job is, therefore, knowing what I'm saying when I say I love myself as me. I love myself as you. I do. I do. I need to know what I'm saying and what I'm doing because what I'm saying and doing determines how I feel, determines how I am. And so when I say my only responsibility, my only human rights is to love myself completely, I therefore need to know what myself is. What is myself? Myself is every image that I'm looking at. Myself is every color that I'm looking at. Myself is all of my fragrances which I'm smelling. Myself is all of my textures which I'm feeling. Myself is all of the foods that I'm eating, tasting and eating. Myself is all of the sounds that I'm hearing and making. Myself is my entire cosmic grid. And when I say my cosmic grid, I'm saying all of my planets which I'm looking at, all of my galaxies which I'm looking at, all of the moons and the stars in the galaxies are myself. You are myself. I cannot exclude anything from myself if I'm going to feel complete and be complete. I can only fulfill my human rights, my divine rights, my cosmic rights, as I accept myself as every living human being, every living creature, every angelic and archangelic frequency, because myself, myself is all that is. Myself is all of my essential elements of ether and air and water and fire and earth frequencies of all minerals, all plants, all animals, all humans, all angels and archangelic images, fragrances, textures, tastes, and sounds. Myself is without limit. Myself is my potential to express what I am, to use my imagination and to enhance my being. And as I include myself, I include everything that I'm looking at as part of myself. I enrich myself. As I include every image that I'm looking at as a part of myself, I expand myself. I experience myself as my infinite immortal, eternal breath. As I expand and include more and more of what I'm experiencing as myself, I realize that I am my omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient self. So all those before us who have given birth to these wonderful words and thoughts have put those words in our path so that at this time we can own them and we can utilize them to see the extent of ourselves. We don't need to be afraid of death. We don't need to be afraid of dying because we are eternal. We are immortal. We're infinite. And if we take those words seriously, there is no room for preoccupying ourselves with ideas of death. Yes, change, moving from one frequency to the next, from the frequency of solids, of gases, to frequencies that we don't know about, but which we are. We are dynamic indeed. And yes, as we accept that perfection is not being stagnant, but being dynamic, then we can embrace our perfection and we can go about our business knowing who we are, knowing what we are, including everything around us as part of ourselves, because indeed everything around us includes us as part of itself. Most of all, to celebrate ourselves as simply another cosmic superstar among the superstars of all of the galaxies and planets, embracing ourselves as the reality, the actual physical reality that we are. When we say, and we say deeply, and we say passionately, I am my actual physical breath, spirit, God, plasma, stardust. And I own this knowing as myself and stand on this knowing on myself and feel the stamina of accepting my God. Have fun, eat, drink, and be happy. For your human rights, your cosmic rights include owning yourself, but owning yourself not just as a little selfie, but rather as the entire cosmos, as a light, as a universe, as a consciousness, as the intelligence, as the feelings, as the energy, as the reality that comprises our universe.